Your favorite celebrities tout the benefits of waist trainers. My favorite celebrities have touted the benefits of waist trainers. But are there benefits to waist trainers? Mainly, do they help you lose weight? Will your midsection be a little bit sleeker and more like an hourglass, which is what some companies say? Will you lose pounds from your midsection, which is what others say? Will it help you burn fat and kind of stay nice and trim and tight? Everybody wants a snatched waist, right? Will they help you do that? Or is it just a waste of money? Guys, I'm going to tell you the answer. I'm Dr. Jen Caudle, practicing family physician, on-air health expert and video creator. I'm really excited to do this segment because I think waist trainers are fascinating. Now, first of all, let's go back in history for a little bit. Now, waist trainers, and by the way, this is a photo of sort of a waist trainer. There are many different sort of shapes and sizes. This is another one, right? They can come in sort of a corset type of look, one that's not a corset type of look. But the idea is you've got a device that sort of wraps around your midsection. It's usually made of sort of a heavy fabric, sturdy, hard fiber, very tough, and it's fastened together, right? Fastened somehow, whether it's sort of strung up, whether it's looped, whether there's Velcro, whether there's hooks and eyes, whatever the case may be, okay? But this kind of reminds me, and probably reminds you of, like some things we've seen in yesteryear, right? We've got corsets from way back in the day. Those certainly help women's waist look and appear super, super tiny. There are also girdles, which some people still wear. I actually have a patient or two who actually wear girdles, and it is tough to get that thing off when I have to take a look at their belly, let me tell you. But that still exists as well. So waist trainers kind of are sort of along the lines of a girdle corset. And the thing about them is they fit very snugly. In fact, that is the point. And that's one of the things that companies sort of tout as helping you, as they say, lose weight, get rid of inches, have that hourglass figure, etc. Once again, though, are those claims actually true? Will they help you do that? Now, this is the thing. Some companies say that you need to wear your waist trainer while exercising. And by the way, I want to know how many of you, by the way, those of you who are watching, let me know in the comments if you have ever used a waist trainer, what you think about waist trainers, etc., etc. But this is the thing. Waist trainers have been touted by celebrities. Again, some of my favorite celebrities that I shall not mention by name, but I really, really love. And yes, they sell them, they endorse them, they advertise them. Waist trainers are interesting. First of all, to me, they look painful. And if you've ever been zipped up in a tight shirt, a tight blouse, a tight dress, you're trying to fit into a dress. I mean, whether you've had a waist trainer, a girdle, or a corset, or none of those, most of us know what it feels like to be zipped up in something that's maybe a little bit too small for us. That hurts. It's uncomfortable. You feel kind of locked in, almost like a sausage. You're just stuck in this thing. And it can be hard to breathe. It can hard to feel like you can take a deep breath, right? Because it's squeezing you in so tight. It can actually be physically painful on your midsection, right? And by the way, I have another video on the dangers, the potential dangers of waist trainers, because by the way, that is a thing in and of itself that deserves an entire video, which it has, because by the way, there can be a lot of dangers of waist trainers. But let's go back to this idea of whether it works or not. Remember, guys, waist trainers do not help you lose fat. It's not going to drop pounds for you. Squeezing your insides and squeezing your waist together is not actually getting rid of fat, visceral fat, that's fat around your stomach, extra skin, things like that. It's not getting rid of that. So think about it this way. It's kind of like, you bound something together pretty tightly. Yes, for that moment in time, while we're wearing that waist trainer, our waist is going to be snatched, hunties. Yes, it's going to be nice and tight. Why? Because we've got something literally sucking it in, okay? And maybe for a moment or two, or even for a few moments after you take that waist trainer off, you still may feel that you have some of that residual tininess or sort of smallness or cinchedness that still remains, right? Because you've literally been bound up for a certain period of time. But what you will find very likely is that as time goes on, you'll find that your body sort of reverts back to its normal self, because once again, that waist trainer is not actually getting rid of tissue. It's not getting rid of extra fat. It's not getting rid of extra skin, etc. And that's really, really important to keep in mind. So, think about it this way. Will waist trainers make your waist smaller? Yeah, for the time that you're wearing it. Can waist trainers, corsets, girdles, you name it, be, look, we have other things like that. We've got shapewear, right? Isn't that sort of like shapewear, just a different form? Will shapewear make you look smaller? Yeah, while you're wearing it. Can you wear a waist trainer while you're wearing other clothes to help your waist look smaller? Sure. I think there are probably more convenient ways to do that than a waist trainer, right? Like shapewear, which is kind of smooth and it's designed to be discreet, et cetera, et cetera. But the point being is, yeah, when you're wearing it, your waist is going to be smaller, of course. And maybe for a few moments after you take it off, your weight still kind of resembles the way it looked when it was bound up tightly. But the idea is that when, time goes on, and it's probably not going to take that much time, your waist will kind of go back to what it normally does. Because again, you're not getting rid of fat. You're not removing fat from your body. The other thing is some waist trainers, and I talk about this more in the video about the potential dangers of waist trainers. Waist trainers may actually sort of compress your stomach and decrease your appetite by compressing your stomach and compressing other organs in your belly. So, look, in that respect, could you maybe not eat as much and potentially lose weight? Yeah, that's still not long term, by the way, because that's not going to last forever. So don't try that at home, by the way, okay? Don't do that to lose your appetite. That is a negative side effect. That is not a benefit, okay? So that I'm not endorsing that. Please don't do that. But maybe some may find that they're not so hungry around the time they're wearing the waist trainer because it's just squeezing everything in. That will go away as well as time goes on as well too. Remember the best way to have a smaller waist is through diet and exercise. And I know it sounds unglamorous and not very sexy, but the truth is that is the truth. A healthy diet and exercise is very, very helpful. And look, I am an equal opportunist. There is plastic surgery. It works very, very well for contouring and getting you that sort of whatever waist you want. Again, I'm not endorsing it, but I'm saying it's a viable option by a board certified plastic surgeon who's got all the credentials and does good jobs, right? That is a great option. I've actually even seen in some cases injections, and we've seen all sorts of there's lots of surgeries out there is my point. My point being is that there are actually ways to change the shape, the size of your waist. My feeling about waist trainers is that this is not a permanent solution by any means. It's a very, very temporary solution, likely temporary only to the time at which you're actually wearing the waist trainer, and maybe maybe very, very shortly afterwards. But your body will go back to being your body once you have that waist trainer off, which, by the way, is kind of a good thing. You want to lose weight the healthy way. That's diet, exercise. And there are other ways as well that can be done safely through board certified physicians. So talk to your doctor about that. Guys, let me know what you think about this. Waist trainers are everywhere. Check out my video on the potential dangers of waist trainers because that is actually a very big and important thing to keep in mind. I'm Dr. Jen Caudle, practicing family physician, on-air health expert, and video creator. Let me know what you think in the comments. Please subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Also, please click the little bell for updates. And guys, go to drjencaudle.com to see what I got going on. Sign up for my free blog, all that good stuff, okay? Guys, I'm Dr. Jen. I'll see you soon.